Mesopotamia means between rivers in Greek, referring to the Tigris and Euphrates rivers in what is today known as Iraq. There were four main kingdoms in Mesopotamia. Sumer was the oldest one, followed by the kingdom of Akkad, begun by Sargon I. After that, you have Babylonia and Assyria. And even though languages changed and people changed to some degree, the culture that was established by the Sumerians really continued throughout the lifetime of Mesopotamia.
Ancient Sumeria in southern Mesopotamia is often cited as the most ancient civilization, even the first civilization. It goes back to approximately 3000 to 4000 BC, and here we see writing in the form of cuneiform tablets on clay and on stone.
The Sumerians were the ones who invented the cuneiform writing system. The word cuneiform means wedge-shaped. It refers to a system of writing whereby scribes would take a wedge-shaped stylus and impress signs on wet clay tablets. Those tablets could later be fired and hardened and preserve what was ever written on them.
Deciphering these cuneiform tablets was next to impossible until a key discovery of thousands of tablets at an Assyrian palace in March of 1843. This new abundance of cuneiform inscriptions provided some of the first tangible evidence of an ancient kingdom that had been believed to exist thousands of years ago.
A French scientist named Paul-Émile Botta found this gigantic underground area in northern Iraq in Khorsabad, opened up this incredible room filled with statues of gods and kings, all kinds of wonderful treasures, and many written inscriptions all over the walls in the ancient Sumerian cuneiform.
Within 10 years, archaeologists had also discovered the ruins of the legendary Sumerian capital city of Ur, home of the biblical figure Abraham. At the site, scientists unearthed the great ziggurat of Ur, a step pyramid-shaped structure that was the administrative center of the city, as well as cuneiform tablets and tombs adorned in gold.
So here they had found this legendary capital of the Sumerians with its gold-clad tombs and cuneiform tablets, something that they thought was simply a myth until the actual discovery of it, proving that it was indeed historical fact.
When we look at the ancient Sumerian civilization, we attribute them with over 100 of the firsts for a modern society. Things like agriculture, science, medicine, mathematics, kingship, laws, courts, judges, schools. Literally all of this shows up in Sumerian times 6,000 years ago, right out of the Stone Age.
According to mainstream researchers, Ur was sacked by their warring neighbors, the Elamites, nearly 2,000 years BC. But some researchers believe the cuneiform texts reveal something much more than evidence of an ancient race. They point to descriptions of a group of divine beings called the Anunnaki, the so-called princely offspring of God, who, according to the Sumerians, descended from the sky.
The religious system of Mesopotamia was polytheism, which means that they worshipped hundreds of different gods, both male and female, often depicted in human form, having personalities very much like people do. And these gods were arranged in a kind of political hierarchy that in many ways mimicked the political systems of Mesopotamia itself. And what this means is that you had the high gods, the heavenly gods, and you also had lesser gods who inhabited Earth and the underworld. Now, according to the Sumerian text, the heavenly gods, the Anunnaki, were the supreme deities, the higher deities.
The Anunnaki are among the most mysterious and powerful beings of myth and sacred tradition. The Sumerians described them as humanoid but non-physical spirit beings who had the capability of morphing or phasing into human form. They came to Earth on a special mission to bring wisdom and also to mine certain materials from the Earth plane itself.
In cuneiform texts, the Anunnaki are described in great detail, including how they lived for hundreds of years. They had tremendous knowledge and power over the entire world. They knew everything. They had knowledge of all of the sciences and arts. Where they got this knowledge and where they came from is a complete mystery to archaeologists. And you have to ask yourself, were they in fact extraterrestrials?